Here we go, cylinder number 3. Now the gasket. Now I'll go get the cylinder. Here goes cylinder number 3. Number 3 is sitting in place. Looks good. Put on a couple of the nuts. Can't quite turn it with my fingers. Well, I can a little bit, but there. That has just a little sticky spot. I chased all the threads on these last year. There. Now letting them loose. And then the cylinder moves just slightly back and forth. Now I'll do one more inspection of the crank journal. Now I have to turn the crank with the journal up to position my 2x4 for lowering the piston in. Now I put my 2x4 through. So when I turn the crank, 2x4 will drop, and it'll drop the piston down in slowly. And I got to put my 2 blocks in the cylinder. Now I have number 3 piston and rod to install. Darn it, they are heavy. There. Oops. Isn't quite high enough for the ring. Well, I'm going to go get the rings and the wrist pin keepers. Now I'll put the wrist pin keepers in. 1. Put on an oil ring. Put a little oil in those oil holes in the piston. Oil the wrist pin. My ring compressor. Now lower it down in. Piston number 3 going in. take one of my blocks out of the bottom now. Now we got to go back up a little bit to get a ring on. Let's see here once. There. My clamp was sneaking in down along the side a little bit. That's what was holding it. Now another ring. Oil it. And we'll see if this one goes down. Ooh. Well, I'm glad there's a block of wood underneath it. Now another ring. And one more to go. Down it goes. There. Piston number 3 is in the hole. Now I have to take the 2x4 out, lower the rod down onto the crank journal and check it with plastic gauge. I got the rod down on there, now I'll get the cap and put it on and see what kind of clearance we have. Well, you see I laid a piece of plastic gauge in there, and you can see where I glued that little loose piece of babbitt in place so it didn't shake around. And you can see another spot here where the babbitt wasn't touching. You know, whether it was a poor hollow space under when they poured it or whatever. But now we're going to try this, see what it comes up for clearance. Oh, there's my plastic gauge. If I hold the gauge next to it, it's about 3 thousandths clearance. I can't hold the camera, get my hand in there and everything all at once. But I have about 3 thousandths. I'm going to call that good. And the crank actually looks a lot better than what it does on this, on the video here. I have the cap bolted on and drawn up tight. So let's see how she goes. It's feeling good so far. So there it is. Two of them together. So I think I can let it at that for today. Thanks again for watching.